What's going on, everybody? Welcome to American Family Made. I'm Nicholas Bills, and today we're going to be talking about the tools that I have in my shop and a little bit of a new joinery I learned how to do today, which I was pretty excited to try. Haven't perfected it yet, so I won't be making a tutorial video quite yet. But yeah, it was real fun. So the purpose of this video is to show you the tools I have. That way, if you have any doubt of any of the projects you see me do, and you have these tools, you know you can do them. So the only tools when I first started out, I only had a drill, circular saw, I had a hammer, I didn't even have levels, and I had a tape measure. I had this very drill, and this very circular saw. Now, the funny thing about this circular saw, I actually turned it into a table saw. I measured out the center of a piece of plywood and lowered the blade down into the plywood, so I had to cut, and then I turned the circular saw upside down like this. I drilled it into that piece of plywood, and then I would lower and raise the blade, and then it was my table saw. And it just sat like that up on that piece of plywood. So I technically did have a table saw. And then, as nice as it was to have, it didn't actually beat having an actual table saw. So got this table saw. This is not obviously the stand that it came on. I put wheels on that and move it around the shop a lot easier. Table saw. What was the next tool? I think the next tool, big tool I got, was my miter saw, an air compressor. Air compressor was a hand-me-down. Miter saw, my older brother bought it for me for a Christmas present. And then this radial arm saw. It's very nice because miter saw is nice, and they do make miter saws when you pull down, you pull out, and it'll cut however wide that piece is. But it's not the miter saw I have, which is no big deal. I like the miter saw I have. It's small, it's easy to store, easy to carry around. But this gets pulled out pretty far, and you can cut a lot of wood. Still gotta read the manual on it, but you can turn this saw. So when you pull this saw out, turn it, rotate it. So the blade is facing that way, and you can push a long piece of wood through instead of using your table saw if you don't want to use your table saw. Yeah. So air compressor, what I have the air compressor for is dust patrol, cleaning myself up, and also I do have a nail gun. I have an 18 gauge brad nailer. Just use the finish nails, tack things together. I would not use nails from a nail gun on that. That's not a project I would use it on. Noodle board. I did a noodle board recently for a friend. I used nail guns on my nail gun on that to hold it together. I plan on doing a noodle board again here soon for my other friends on the East Coast. Just got to figure out a mailing situation for that. So I'm excited to do that. Stud finder, I do have a stud finder. Now, do I recommend stud finders? Yay and nay. I was very old fashioned at first. This stud finder hasn't let me down except for, I think, yesterday. It finally marked it wrong for me, so that wasn't the best thing that happened to me yesterday, but not that big of a deal. Screwdrivers, I got these were a nifty little gift as well. So they don't have them on right now. This drill bit set, countersink. So you put the bit through this hole and you tighten it down on this bit and you countersink the screws. By countersinking the screws, that means the screws will be flush with whatever you're drilling into. So that way the screws are flush and not hanging out there, and you're not getting close caught on it. So like when I did my daughter's bed frame, I countersink the screws that way the screws won't be sticking out there and get caught on any clothing. What else I have? I think that's pretty much it. That's most of the tools I had. I recently, I did the pocket jig video, so I won't go into that. If you want to learn more about the pocket jig, go watch that video. I recently got the second drill, and having the second drill is really nice, and it makes progress a lot faster, because I can have one drill with the drill bit in it. I have the other drill that has the pre-drill bit. That way I'm not drilling the holes, countersinking them, switching out bits 1,000 times to finish the project. I have 2 drills ready to go at all times. Yeah, so that is all the tools I have. I do have that nifty little light over there, kind of helps with seeing things. I do have 2 levels now. I have a very big level and a regular size level. This little shelf I built over here has all my finishes on it. Wood filler, glue, WD-40, of course you use that for everything apparently. Polyurethane, spray on polyurethane. And not to make this into a finished video, I don't recommend it. I used it for small projects, noodle board for example. But when I do my dining room table, I'll be using a clear gloss polyurethane as a protective layer over the top of that. I'll probably be putting 3 coats of that on. And yeah, that's basically it. So let me know what you guys think. What projects you want to see in the comments. Some people have thrown some suggestions out there, and we'll see. But yeah, I've basically set shop and all the tools I have, kind of reorganize the garage a little bit, make it a little bit easier if I want to use that radial arm saw. But yeah, quite excited to start this dining room table with all of you and have you guys a part of this little journey. Hopefully I can get it done in one video. Might not be able to get it done in one video just because of memory space, but we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching American Family Made, and until next time, I will see you guys